What is good, YouTube? Random FPV here. Glad to be back. Um, I'm joined tonight by a good buddy, TAQ. TAQ, how are you today?
Doing great. What's up?
Real glad to have TAQ on. He's one of the nicest guys I've met in FPV, and he's always willing to lend a hand to give you the shirt off his back if he's out there flying with you. I can
That's right.
vouch for that. So, TAQ, tell us a little bit about where are you from and what do you do for a living?
I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Actually, I live in North Georgia. I'm about 10 minutes from Tennessee. Um, and I work in HVAC, industrial HVAC, for a living.
Industrial, so you're installing like big, huge air
Yeah.
conditioning, heating
Yeah.
systems on big buildings, right?
Yeah. We don't do any residential. It's all big stuff.
That's cool. How long you been doing that for?
A couple of years now. It's actually something new for me. I was in the automotive equipment industry for years, like straight out of high school. It's what my dad did, followed in his footsteps. And I got a little sick and tired of it. So I wanted to try something different. So this mechanical side of HVAC is kind of a little bit like, well, I kind of like fell right into it, because it's kind of like the nuts and bolts are the same, but the equipment's different.
Makes sense. It's good to enjoy what you do for a living. I'm glad to hear that.
Well, I didn't say
It's
that. Yeah.
got its
What's
ups and
up,
downs like
chat?
anything, right?
Got some folks in here.
Yeah, we got some folks in the chat.
Yeah.
We'll give some shouts at here in a few minutes. Let
Awesome.
let the let the folks show up.
I hear you.
So I took last week off, so everybody's probably mad at me. We had a little mini vacation. First time I've had a vacation in like I don't know 2 or 3 years. We went up to the Smoky Mountains and stayed at a resort with a water park in it, like an indoor water park.
Yep.
It was freaking sweet, and I'm
There's
glad I
quite a
took.
few of those up there, isn't there?
Yeah, but this we went to the big one. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Wilderness.
Yep. I think I've
Um,
been there.
it's freaking sweet, man. They had all these indoor tube slides and a wave pool, big ass huge hot tub. It was awesome.
Well, I was going to ask if you got to rip, but probably not in that location.
No, I was gonna take my stuff and then I started thinking about it and it was only a couple days and I was like, we've already got like tickets to we went to the aquarium and Ripley's Believe It or Not and mini golf and of course the water park and I was like, there's no freaking way I'm gonna have time to rip.
Yeah.
So I didn't even honestly didn't even think about it for the first time in a couple days. It's probably the first time I haven't thought of FPV in like 4 years.
Yeah.
I wish I'd taken my stuff because there were some awesome spots to rip, but I didn't. I didn't take it, so it's all good. The weather's getting better here around Knoxville, so I should get to do some ripping soon.
Same here. Finally, it's not freezing, but
Yeah,
it's raining.
it has been raining a little
It's
bit.
rained for like 8 days straight.
We've
I'm gonna
not. We've
start
had
building an
a
ark.
we got lucky the last couple days. It's just been muggy.
I probably could have flown today, but I was working on trying to get this jumper radio set up and everything. And
Right?
I spent half the morning editing a video that I did on it this morning. So
Hell yeah! We'll look forward to watching that
I should have, but I don't know. I'm gonna rip tomorrow though.
Sunday, baby.
Make it happen.
Office Park time. So, how did you find FPV?
Well, I've always flown. I've flown RC planes from college, but when I was a kid, because I had a neighbor that flew RC planes, and I was, lucky enough to have a knowledgeable guy that lived, close to me that kind of taught me the ropes. We did the trainer thing, where you hook the cord to two radios and he's holding the switch, while I fly and that kind of stuff. And then I got out of that for a while, and then I started coming across the flight test videos on YouTube, and they're doing the foam planes, So I did that, but I saw them doing a lot of FPV stuff, and I just really didn't. I didn't really get like sucked into that. I was still like into planes, and then I had got into doing some RC rock crawler stuff, and I dumped a bunch of money into this. Anyway, I got it right over here. But so I was on YouTube, like looking for videos for that, and I came across a video of Mr. Steele and Tommy doing a promo video for DRL at a place called the Gates of Hell, I believe it was. And when I seen them flying in that building with the lights and stuff in there, that's when I was like, I've got to do that. So that's when I went and bought a bunch of stuff.
Do you remember what your first frame was?
Yes, it was a Rotorite Alien RR5 from Rotorite.
Okay.
It was the same setup they were using. It was the the KISS V1 stuff with those Lumineer 2205 or 4 motors that was like 2300 kV. Really smooth but super weak. But I didn't at the time. I didn't realize they were weak.
Yeah, we didn't. None of us knew any better when we started.
Yeah, I thought they ripped. And then as I started getting higher kV motors and stuff, I was like, dang, those was kind of weak. But yeah, it all started from there. I mean, I jumped in like head first. I wanted like the best I could get.
Well, that probably was about the best you could get at the time, I'd say.
Yeah, I would say.
And so you started with KISS. Do you still fly KISS?
Still fly KISS.
Heck yeah. Have you ever tried the other stuff?
I've tried the other ones, and I just haven't had good success with I tried race flight a lot. Like I gave race flight a heck of a chance. I spent a lot of money on and it kept exploding ESCs and flight controllers, and just random things happened to them that I couldn't figure out. But beta flight it's just too complicated for me. I'm simple-minded and I don't need all that stuff. And that's one of the things I love about KISS is because you can open up the GUI and you can make the thing fly from one tab. You don't have to go nowhere else.
Right. Beta flight's only gotten more intricate over the years. Now it's like it's wild how the options are.
Yes.
And I could see, I mean, it's very intimidating even to me, and I've been using it. I've pretty much been beta flight like you've been KISS. I've been pretty much stuck on beta flight. But I'm the first to tell you I don't know all the ins and outs of it. And as they keep adding stuff, it's just that much more confusing,
Yep. The more that I fool with these tiny whoops here lately, the more intriguing beta flight has, it's been. I'm kind of wanting to like build a 5-inch again and give it another shot and see, because I just kind of like it. I don't hate on beta flight. It's just I would rather fly KISS.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it too. You've had good luck with it. So let's give some shouts to the chat real quick. We got Ryan's RCs, Lycan, we got Reggie Stone, Will Brown, Propaganda X. We've got Skadoosh in there, Scarecrow FPV. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. I think that's about it. We've got a few more viewers I can see, so
got some lurkers.
Yeah, if you're out there lurking, Bernard Hahn, what's up, brother? If you're out there lurking, jump in the chat and say hey so you can get yourself a shout out. Oh, there we go. We got J-Bo. What's going on, my man? How are you? Good to see everybody. So, where was the first place you ever flew?
Oh God, I think here at my house.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I've seen several videos of you flying. I know you've got the tube that you go through at your house.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right next door to me. There's like a fire hall, and the county spent a lot of money on their ditch and concreted it in and everything. And then when it gets to my house, it turns to dirt. So I play on the concrete side.
Couple shouts out to Mr. Sick and Mark Lillo. Hey guys, how are you?
What is up?
The first place I ever flew was a local baseball field, and I had room to not mess anything up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I take that back. The very first place I ever flew was my grandma's, and I quickly learned that I needed space. And she's got like 3 acres, but there's like a lot of trees on one side, and there's a barn over here, and then the house, and it was just Dude, I mean, these things move so fast. I was about to freaking slam into something before I knew it. So I quickly packed up and then I went to a ball field and flew.
Yes. There's a soccer field not far from here. That's my first FPV video that I posted on YouTube is from that uh, little soccer field down the street.
Hell yeah. So what are you flying now as far as frame? Your frame?
Yes, the Skull V3 TAQ edition.
For those that don't know, TAC has a frame with Flynoceros. It's a really interesting frame. You got one on hand?
If you'll hold on a second, I'll grab one.
Yeah. I've built up one of these for a customer, and they've got a really interesting design and a really interesting way they mount. The whole top section of the frame can I think you take out 2 screws, and it lifts up, and you can access everything inside. And then it's actually mounted on TPU. TPU connects the bottom of the frame to the like tank section of the frame. It's really interesting the way it's designed, and I think it is for like vibration isolation. I know the one I built flies freaking amazing. I was really impressed with it. It was a little tricky to figure out at first, but once I got my head around how it fit together, I realized it was definitely a different design than anything else I've ever seen, and I'll be interested to see what changes TAC made for the TAC edition.
Mine is the only difference between this one and the other V3s is the solid bottom plate.
Okay, so you run a solid bottom.
Yeah, it doesn't have detachable arms, and it's a squish decks. Where the V3 Classic it has interchangeable arm, and it's a true X. So yeah, but the TPU mount kind of serves 2 purposes. It's a way to get like the vertical carbon standoffs, and instead of having standoffs,
Right.
it's a way to attach that, and then it also hinges up with a hood that you can access the electronics if you need to.
So it's got a built-in couch style mount for GoPros.
Yes. But I very rarely ever like need to, access. Usually I can, get to whatever I need to, because my VTX and receiver and stuff is in this little pouch in the back.
So you running tramps?
Tramp VTX, Crossfire.
Nice.
I like the Tramp. It's been a good one. I ran it on my long range quad, flew longer than I wanted to walk, and pick it up with the Tramp on 600 milliwatts.
Yeah, people ask what VTX is good, and I always say Tramp or Unify. I personally have always ran Unifies, but I've got a Tramp that's still running in my Chameleon, my original Armaton Chameleon, and it's been great. I mean, I've had that thing almost since the beginning of when I got into the hobby. I think I got that like 6 or 8 months into the beginning of the hobby. So, what's up, MB? I see you in the chat. Thanks for showing up, brother. We appreciate it.
Got plenty of Flyno homies in here.
Hell yeah, nothing wrong with that. Ryan wants to know, what do you think of this dang coronavirus?
Well, I don't really have an opinion, I don't guess. I mean, I'm trying not to panic like the rest of the world. I have my allotted amount of toilet paper. And, I don't think I have any what do you call that crap you clean your hands with?
Hand sanitizer? Yeah, my wife's got a bunch, but I don't have any.
I couldn't even tell you where that's at. But, around here we got lacquer thinner and stuff like that. That's what we clean our hands with,
Right? That man shit.
Pure alcohol. I don't need it in a jail or anything.
I'll say this about it. I'm glad I took my vacation last week because it looks like everything's about to get shut down. But I am a little concerned, like, was there anybody there that had happened to be exposed to it? So now I'm all paranoid for the next couple weeks because I guess it's got a pretty long incubation period.
Yeah, that's
but
like 14 days.
I didn't get right up in anybody's face, and I didn't notice anybody coughing or sneezing or anything. So hopefully we'll be all right. Plus, around that pool, there was so much damn chlorine in the thing that I'm hoping it killed out anything that was in there.
I get all my coronavirus information from Skadoosh. He's the only source that I have for that.
Yeah, you're not alone there. I
I
had him
watch
on about a
every one
month
of his
ago
videos.
because of that. Because, obviously he's a great person, and that was part of why I had him on too. But I wanted to know about the virus too. He's a good buddy. We got to know each other pretty well on the 24-hour live stream a long time ago.
Yeah, I
So,
love Skadoosh.
where do you like to fly now? Where's your favorite spot?
Wherever. I really don't have a favorite spot here locally. I mean, they're tearing down my favorite spot.
That
Um,
sucks.
and then my second favorite spot, I guess, is another bando, but they're kind of like trying to fix it up and incorporate it into this uppity downtown area, and they want to make like build shops inside it and all this stuff, and it's sad, but at least they're not going to tear it down. So while they're doing all that construction, I can still rip it. So,
Oh yeah.
but I got ran out of there not too long ago by one of the guys working there. But they were just kind of cleaning the place up. I'm sure they'll be gone, and then some other crew will come in, and then I can get run out by them. And then when the drywall people come, I can get run out by them. It just be, I'm still gonna be ripping there.
Rip it until they close it up, right?
Yeah, yeah. Until it reopens to whatever it's gonna be, I'm probably gonna keep getting run out of there. It's a fun place to rip.
Hell yeah, I love fun places. There's nothing like them. So you mentioned Tiny Whoops earlier. I think you came to Knoxville for a Tiny Whoop race not too long ago, didn't you?
I did.
Wasn't that like the first time you ever raced Tiny Whoops?
That's the first time I really ever raced ever, pretty much. I've practiced around with my buddies, but I guess you would say that was a legitimate race, because the guys was there with the timer and they were doing heats, and so yeah, that's the first time I've ever done that.
And you
Yeah,
fared pretty good,
and
didn't you?
I think I got, crap, I don't even remember now. I don't remember what place I got, but I mean, I got beat out by Evan Turner and Captain Vanover and that kid. I can't think of his name. That's ridiculously fast. Rav FPV, I think. Yeah, by those guys. So I felt pretty good getting put out of my heat by them. Like, how are you going to beat that?
Yeah, that's like two
I had
of
no
the
chance.
best racers in the country, man.
Yeah, I had no chance. So I was like, hell yeah, this ain't bad. My last heat was with Vanover, and he beat me. So I'll take
Not
it.
at all bad, dude. I would be very, very proud of that.
Yeah.
So you've
I'll
been
take it.
flying Tiny Whoops more?
I was flying them quite a bit until I crashed it into my saltwater fish tank, and that was the end of it. And I tried fixing it, and the weather's starting to warm up, and I was like, you know what, it's time to quit wasting money on tiny whoops and buy some props from a 5-inch. Where my heart's at.
Right. You got any plans on doing any 5-inch racing now that you've got your feet wet?
I thought about it for about a day or two, and then I changed my mind. And no, I'm not going to be doing any racing.
Sticking to the freestyle, right?
Just sticking to the freestyle because it's freestyle. It's I don't have to be somewhere at a certain time. I don't have to go on a certain set path. I guess I get to do it however I want, and that's how I like it.
So how did you get your FPV name?
I'm super creative, and it's my initials. Yeah.
So you kind of fell into it.
Yeah, I mean, video games. That's the name that I will. Every time I start a new account in a video game or whatever, it's TAQ, and it just stuck with me. It's always been my nickname that I use for everything, except for my codes and passwords. I don't use TAQ.
Yeah, I would never use that. Mine is I used to be in DJ, and so I was random beat as a DJ, and I just took the
Hell
beat
yeah.
off and put FPV on there. So
Mhm.
everybody
That's awesome.
always asks me why, and it's like, I don't know, I'm just a random person. I kind of sporadic, and one day I'm on one thing, one day I'm on the next, so it just fits me.
I like that. I I could not even think of a different FPV name for myself. I don't know. It's TAQ is stuck, so I can't really do anything about it now. It's too late.
If you ever need a backup, you can just call yourself Rooster.
I've decided I'm going to start liking orange instead of green.
Right?
Too late. Too
Yeah,
invested.
I hear you. I've got everything orange, so don't worry.
Yeah.
My logo's green
Our
and
colors
orange.
look good together, though. Did y'all
Yeah.
see that thumbnail? That was
Yeah, that thumbnail's
best,
sweet. Thanks to John
best,
Hart for making the thumbnail.
best random thumbnail I've ever seen.
It was definitely a good thumbnail. If you guys got any questions for TAC, drop them in the chat. I'll be glad to ask them.
I've been trying to keep up with the chat, but it's going along pretty good.
Yeah, we got a few guys in there talking about their stripper names. Skadoosh says racing is hard. That's a fact. I do great at literally hitting gates. I will smash into them.
Yeah.
I've tried to race in the simulator, and I can do okay, but in real life, I found that it was a very costly experience.
I tried that simulator, the DRL one where you could like try out
Yeah.
that first course that you try. You know, I thought I did. It took me like 3 hours just to be able to complete the lap because there's this last little power loop gate that was just screwing me up every time. But when I finally figured that out, I was like, I've done good because I had haul ass to that point, and then if I could just make it, and then I started looking at some of the other times people was getting. I'm like, how is that even possible?
Yeah, I fucking hear you, dude. There's times on there that it just blows my damn mind. I'm not even like I'm giving it everything I can.
Yeah,
and
I'm like, I was full throttle the whole time. How did he go faster than I did? You know,
freaking like they'll be like 45 seconds faster than me.
A minute or more.
Yeah, it's crazy. So Will Brown wants to know, TAC FPV, what was the hardest trick you've ever had to learn?
Well, honestly, I don't feel like I do any tricks when I'm flying. I just feel like I just fly really fast and see gaps or trees and aim for it. So I've never really like sat and tried to learn a trick really. Maybe the one where you like, I don't know what you call it, but like you do a look back and then you roll over as you're going away from the thing. I don't know what that trick's called. I don't know the name of any of them, but you could do it different ways. You can do a look forward and roll as you're carrying momentum through the gap. I did try to like work on that a little bit. So
There you go.
I did break a lot of quads attempting the Matty flip.
Yeah, that's a lot easier in the simulator than it is in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed.
Rat RH wants to know, do you lick your camera?
Hell yeah, I lick my camera.
I think everybody does.
Yeah, you're not watching my videos. Half of them start with me going. That's my transition to the next scene.
Will Brown says he learned a Matty flip because of you.
Heck yeah. I wish I knew which Matty he was talking about that would like made him be like, I got to do that. That would be cool.
What's going on, Noid FPV just showed up in the chat. We appreciate you tuning in.
What's up?
So one of TAC's pastimes is his motorcycle, and I'm going to show that for you guys on the screen now. Tell us a little bit about your bike, bro.
It is a 2019 KLX 250 dual sport that I searched around on the internet forever looking for some graphics for it, and all the graphics for that bike on the internet are like super cheesy. I wanted like a motocross style graphics for it, and there was like nothing. But I found this one place that had that. So I sent the guy an email, and I was like, "Dude, can you put my logo?" Because they offered to put your name on the number plate or whatever, and I was like, "Could you do my logo?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I had him put my logo on there, and I wished I could see it to see if he took the picture down. I popped the chat out so I could see the chat, and that's all I can see.
Zorro wants to know if you ever take it off any sweet jumps.
I have not like big ones, you know, but I've got some air between the tires before.
That's a pretty damn good looking motorcycle.
I'm ready to get that sucker out.
I bet, dude. Zorro said nice.
Noise. Wish I
So
could figure out how to make the stupid chat pop back in. Damn it.
to pop back in, I think you just close the pop out window.
Let's try that.
I think that'll do it. And then in worst case, refresh the page.
There we go. Got it.
Got it back. I got my first motorcycle when I was 18. It was a Buell Blast. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those.
I've heard of those. Yep.
They're like a single cylinder, half a Harley motor.
Yeah.
Kind of sport bike, not really. They're more considered like a standard, where it's in between a sport bike and a Harley. But then I got a Suzuki GS 400, which was like a little bit more sporty, revved to like 11,000. It was freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Then I got a Kawasaki Z750 from the 80s that I turned into a Brat. That was really cool.
That sounds badass.
And I'm getting the itch again. I've not had one for a couple years, and I'm getting the freaking itch again where I want one again.
Yeah. This one, it's slow. It doesn't really help the itch. I mean, it gets you out in the wind and everything and gets you to where you're going. But like I used to ride a lot of street bikes myself, and the speed and the power, you know, it's just not there with this bike.
Right.
It's hard to break the speed limit on that bike.
Michael Roach says a Kawasaki 900 punched out to 1013. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Why is he on? Where's the tater?
Say that again. You started to cut out a little bit.
Michael. That's my buddy locally, Tater Chip FPV, and he's on a different YouTube name today.
Oh, he says I have too many quads. A lot of those are just frames on my wall.
You do have quite a few.
That's like all of them. I think I've got one quad that isn't hanging on the wall. So
that's good decoration you got there, buddy.
Right? Got to look cool for the YouTubes, or you don't get subscribers or views.
That's right.
So how many quads do you got?
Operational?
Both.
I have
total
no idea.
And operational.
Total, I have no idea. I have 2 operational 5-inch. Well, I take that back. I got 4 operational 5-inch, but I have 2.
So why'd you start with 2 and then go to 4?
Well, I have 2 TAQ frames built that I fly all the time, and then I actually have a Skull V2 that has 6-inch arms on it, but I run 5-inch props on it, but I don't fly it very much, and it has race flight on it. And then I have a floss, a V1 floss that also has race flight on it.
Okay.
I very rarely ever fly it, but it works.
I've got 5 that like I kind of keep in rotation, but I mainly fly the Marmot, and the Chameleon TI, and I've got a remix that's got the Brain FPV Radix in it, and I've got a couple frames that are like one-off that my buddy built. Shit, I can't remember his name right now. It's gonna drive me crazy now. Paul. But they're like one-off frames he cut in his living room because he's got like a CNC in his living room.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got the Chameleon that's like my 2nd or 3rd quad I ever built. But I mainly fly the Marmot and the Chameleon TI, so
see,
I hear you.
My frame is really similar to the Chameleon. It's, it's basically got the same layout.
Same general geometry.
Yeah, so it flies just as good as a Chameleon does, if not better.
Oh, I'm sure it's better. It's got to be better. It's yours.
Yes.
Got to give a shout out to Zorro. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Snoopy RC, OBS quad, Scarecrow, Noid, Mr. Sicko, Michael Roche, Ryan's RCs, Will Brown. Appreciate all you guys. Blades FPV just says he finally made it. We are glad to have you.
What's up? We're starting to get some local homies in here.
That's
Snoopy
right.
RC and Michael.
Your shares do work, my friend. Your shares do work.
Blades. Thought I seen another local guy. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Plenty of Team Flino in the house.
Hell yeah. I've always had great respect with Flyno. I've had good luck with I've seen those guys at a lot of events here in Knoxville, at Bardwell's house, and they've always been top-notch stand-up people. So I got a lot of respect for the Flyno crew.
Yep, good people.
Jabo wants to know when you coming back to Atlanta.
I don't know. Is that an invite?
Sounds like one.
Okay, you tell me.
Right?
Balls
Any
in your
weekend.
court, Jabo.
Michael Roche said he was one of the OG 50 tax first subscribers. Hell yeah.
Yep. If you go on my channel and look way back to, I was doing a 50 subscriber special. That afternoon, I went to fly with Mike.
Hell yeah. Ryan wants to know, have you done any wheel stands or stoppies on your dirt bike?
I don't know about stoppies, but I have done some wheelies on it. But it's weak. You got to like rev limiter first
I was
gear.
going to say, you probably got to wind that thing out.
And you got to yank hard and quickly shift to second if you want to ride it out.
J-Bo says they have a group that meets every Sunday. You're welcome to join anytime.
Every Sunday, okay?
What's up, the Lazy Rocket? Double A, I can't forget you, brother. How are you? J-Bo says they've got a Facebook group. He can add you to the chat if you want.
Yeah, do that.
There's some really good Facebook group like group chats that I've got on my phone. Guys that like talk every day, kind of keep the hobby talk alive. I love it.
TAQ yanks hard. Gotta love Zorro and his
Zorro's great.
And his professional trollism.
He's the best troll. He's like one of the only trolls I like.
He's like the nicest troll. Like he trolls people so hard in such a kind way. It's weird.
Yeah. He's a great troll. Great person, great troll, very funny. Makes good videos.
Troll master. One of these
Will Brown
days.
says clutch it up may be easier with the bike.
Yeah, it definitely will not power wheelie.
Only troll who can troll a troll without trolling. Nailed it.
Earlier in his live stream, somebody said it would be awesome if Zorro was in here trolling himself while he was. I thought that was hilarious.
Has TAQ done any Travis Pastrana kind of stuff on his dirt bike?
Definitely not. But the wheelies is about the extent of on that dirt bike. Now, 20 years ago, if you would have asked me, it would have been a little different.
Right. What's up, KTMJ? Thanks for popping in. So what motors do you run now?
Motors is like the one thing that I am stuck trying to find, because I run 5S and I've been running basically a 4S motor on 5S, but I'm trying to like step down a little bit, and nobody really offers the motor I'm looking for. I'm looking for a 2306 2300 kV motor. There's a couple, but there's just not like a wide variety. I like to have a motor that the bells are readily available, you know, stuff like that. So
yeah.
So my favorite motor when it's expensive is the Wild Willie Juice 2306 2300 kV. But they're kind of expensive and they're not readily available either. So I've currently been flying the Zing 2306 2450 kV, because my buddy Ryan Harrell that has Mini Quad Test Bench here in Chattanooga, he tests, you know, like all the motors and puts them up on his website and everything. He said that motor actually tested around about 2300 kV. And I've found that out to be true because it's a little weaker than the Wild Willie motor, and so I probably going to end up buying some more of those.
So you like those pretty good?
I do. They're pretty durable. I mean, I've beat the crap out of them. I've been, I don't know the T motor sizes. I don't know why they, call their motors what they do, but it's the 2306.5, 2400 kV. I've been flying that on my main quad, and they're just a little too peppy. If
Huh.
if that's even can be, if that's even possible for it to be. I mean, like it, they got a lot of pop, but they drain my battery too quick, and I'm not full throttling very rarely, because they've got so much power. So if I could find that motor in like a 2250, like a 2250 kV, that would be probably the sweet spot.
It's almost like they don't have as much throttle resolution because you're never able to use your full stick.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Let's see.
See,
Michael Roche says go 2208, 2350.
No,
Huh.
see, I don't know.
Let us know what brand of motors you found in that, Michael. And
I've
MB
tried
says he
20
rocks those 5S, smoked one today.
I've tried 2207, 2250 kV motors, and I don't like the way the 2207 feels down low on the throttle. It's great on, higher throttle, but
Doesn't got enough bite on the low end.
no, I just like the 2306 stator size. A little
MB
bit torquier.
Primos, multicopter builders, right? MB Primos, I think that's multicopter builders.
Yeah.
Evil Odin suggests the Silk V2s. That's not a bad idea at all, actually. I would try those.
Yes. Is that the Mr. Steel motor?
Yeah, the Ethics, Mr. Steel motors.
2350 kV, 2306. That I have looked at that. Money's kind of tight, I can't just buy every motor in the world to try it,
Zorro says he still loves the hype trains. I've got the hype trains on my remix.
I flew the hype trains for like 2 years. Like since the hype train came out, I flew those. And then even when I moved to 5S, I stuck with the 2450, 2306 hype train. And, up until recently, that's all I ever flew.
Will Brown says the crickets are dope too.
Yeah, but they're like 2500.
Yeah, they're a higher KV. Snoopy says he misses his EFAWs. Those EFAWs are beast motors.
Yeah. You get those Bardwell motors and you get the same thing.
You think so?
That's what Bardwell says. He loved those motors too and designed his motor to feel like that motor.
I did not know that. You learned something today.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I feel like I let people down when I teach them something. I'm not trying to teach anybody nothing.
Skadoosh says 5S 2400 brother hobby. Boy, we really started a debate with this motor talk.
Yeah.
Tall stator torque is the bomb. That would make a good t-shirt.
I disagree.
Well, that's the beauty of it. That's why we got so many motors out there, because people disagree.
Yeah, that's true. That's why there's so many motors out there. But for a new person, it's so daunting. But like,
right?
Does the new guy really know the torque curve? Is he gonna know that? I mean, I've been flying for 3 years. I'm not like a pro or nothing, but I think I can tell you what prop I like and what motor I like. Because I've tried quite a few of them.
Right.
But a new guy, you give him any kind of motor and he's going to be like, this is badass.
It's like what we were when we started, dude. I rocked 2205 Racer Star motors for my first motors, and I thought that, and it did scream really for what it was.
Yeah.
I had no idea about like low end or high end or throttle resolution or any of that shit, dude. I was just trying to stay in the air.
New people tend to I want the highest KV. I want the fastest thing I can get.
Yeah,
and they ain't even flown yet. And I'm like, maybe on 3S,
Did you start on 3S? Did you make that mistake?
No, I didn't.
I did,
I,
and I immediately went to 4S because it was
I
so
did. I
underpowered.
will admit that I did peter around on level mode a little bit. Not a lot, but when I first started like actually flying acro, I had a hard time landing and taking off. So I would take off in level mode and get it in the air and
And
then
then
flip it
switch it
into
over.
acro and fly around, and then when I wanted to land, I would flip it back into level mode and land.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. If it keeps you in the air,
Now I can land that son bitch on a dime.
damn straight. We're going to bump over to your YouTube and watch some videos. If you're in the chat and you're not subscribed, the link is down below in the comments if you want to subscribe to TAQ. I'm sure he would appreciate it. We're going to show this DJI Osmo action camera mic is horrible for FPV. I'm going to try to have it turned down, so hopefully I won't bust anybody's speakers. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Artemis. What's up, brother? Currently undecided has come in the house. How are you guys doing? And let's take a look at this video.
Am I supposed to narrate?
Yeah, sure. Where were you at?
Okay, at this moment, we're we're in off an abandoned golf course in Cleveland, Tennessee.
Man, that thing's got some zip. You're not kidding about full throttle.
Full throttle. Aim it and crack it. That's what I like. I can't see what you're seeing, so
Yeah. It's all good.
so yeah.
You're doing a lot of upside downies.
A lot of upside down stuff. Yeah.
You just did a split S combined with some sort of like 540 around a tree.
Some that's my attempt at an inverted yaw spin, and it comes out like that.
I mean, I can tell that you don't necessarily like have quote unquote tricks, but you've definitely got some tricks. I'd say you've got, like, I've seen several that need names because they're not named yet. There was a really interesting like split S around a tree that you were just millimeters away from hitting the entire time.
Yeah.
There was like a funky yaw pirouette.
I wished I had a trick that nobody else did that I could name the TAQ, but I wouldn't know.
Oh, there was that trick you talked about working on for a while in between the trees. Screaming, man.
It's the only way to do it, man. What blades?
Skadoosh says TAQ got style. He don't need no stinking tricks.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
Sloppy flick, Michael. It's funny.
My tricks is try not to crash. That's the trick.
Yeah, you're a tree hugger for sure. And if you guys check out TAQ's channel, he has a plethora of videos. You're definitely not going to be wanting for watching some FPV videos. I'm just going to scroll through some of them here. I mean, we're talking
with the uploads.
Yeah, you don't slack with the uploads at all. And I know your son, he kind of joins you in some of the video stuff too, doesn't he?
Yes. Yeah, he's my little sidekick. He helps me entertain the folks.
Your videos are very entertaining. I will vouch for that.
Whenever I can't come up with like an idea for a video, he usually instantly, just him being there gives me some kind of an idea.
I'm scrolling and the videos are just not stopping, bro.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, it's excellent. You got freaking a shit ton of uploads, brother. You can tell, you can kind of see your progression too, where, you know.
Hey, there's the 50 subscriber special. I just seen it.
Yeah.
I fly the T-Motor 5143S props, William.
Where's the rap video your son did?
Where's the rap video? I don't think it's on my channel. You have to search Harrison Vlogs. And then it's gonna come up because I guarantee you he's got it.
This is it, right? Like me?
Like me, yes. You'll need a little volume on that one. No comparison. Sorry. No. That's not it. No, that's not it.
Okay.
It's no comparison.
You ain't ready for this.
That was his
Harrison
first
Vlog D.
attempt.
Why
The
you
second
trying
one's way
to
better.
Be like me, Harrison Vlog D. Why you trying to act like me, Harrison Vlog D? Why you trying to be like me, Harrison Vlog D?
Did you see the other video? No
Why
comparison.
you trying to act like me?
I'll look for it.
Oh, okay.
I think adding a D
You can watch that one if you want to, but this was our first try at making a music video.
Now this is a track where we're going to diss, so listen up close because I don't want you to miss the fact that I'm here to state my claim. Harrison Vlogs, my freaking name. Now it's time for
I did
a
the
little bit of
filming and the
schooling. I need to
editing.
talk about something you've been doing. When you're out and about and you're vlogging your day, you need to rotate your phone this way. Oh, by the way, tell Leo I said, hey, this diss track was done in a day. I got one last thing I would like to say. Do you live in city LA? Harrison Vlog D.
Some kid come up with this idea. Was like, hey, I'm gonna do a diss track.
Harrison
You wanna do a
Vlog D.
diss track on me? And he was like,
Why
yeah.
you trying to act
So
like
he
me?
ended up doing it
Harrison
because
Vlog
this other kid's
Why
channel
you
was
trying
Harrison
to
Vlogs
be
D
like
with a
me?
D on the end.
Harrison Vlog D.
Dude, it looks really freaking pro.
So that's
I'm Harrison
his whole
Vlogs,
deal is like,
better
why
than
you
the
trying to
rest.
be like
I'm
me?
ready to put
You know,
any challenge to the
got
test.
some
I got
YouTube
my
channels
swag,
me or
don't need a name tag. Everybody knows me and my games don't lag. My vlogs are on point and my edits
Was that real
dope.
rain?
Better than anyone who tries to cope with
That's,
the rhyme that I'm saying.
Final Cut range.
And the beat that's playing. Harrison Vlogs is staying. I know that nobody be better than me. I might have stole the line from easy, but I don't care. I'm never gonna quit. If you don't like me, I really don't give a flip. That is right. I'm here to stay. I'm not gonna let anybody in my way. So to anybody
other
else
video's
that
way
feels my
better than
name,
this one. This
you're
one's
going to
kinda
get
like on the
exactly
level
the
of
same.
cringy.
Harrison Vlog D. Why you trying to be like me? Harrison Vlog D.
Let's take a watch.
There we go.
Harrison Vlogs, my freaking name.
Yeah,
Now it's time
no
for a
comparison.
little bit of schooling. I need to talk about something you've been doing. When you're out and about and you're vlogging your day, you need to rotate your phone this way.
Yeah, so he came up with this idea of doing this little skit that kind of like cut into from old to new.
Dad,
What?
it's been 2 years, bro. You promised me like we'd make another song.
Okay, go get the microphone. Some more.
I like your cheese whiz there by the computer.
Yeah, yeah.
H to the A to the R to the R to the I to the S to the O to the N. Spells Harrison. There ain't no comparison. Try to battle me, that can get a little
Yeah, I think this is a lot better
Let me tell
than
you
the
something that you should know. Don't mess with me or ruin my
Dope
flow.
edits.
Y'all know me, I'm no Harrison Vlogs D, but everybody still
Yeah,
trying to
this
be
was a
like
lot of
me.
his idea. Like he wanted it to look like an old Beastie Boys video or whatever. Like I would do a little editing, and he would come in here and he'd look at it, and he'd be like, "No, that's not what I'm looking for," you know.
I fly so fast, I have my own class. And while you're at it, pour me a glass of peach sweet tea. Yeah, that's for me. I got money piled up as far as you can see. If you like the song, you ain't dreaming. And when I get in trouble, I hear my mom screaming.
He begs, like all he wants to do is these damn diss tracks. He bugs me to death all the time wanting to do them. It's a lot of work in the back, you know. It's like, I'd rather just film a vlog over a day and edit it that night and post it. This was like a couple of weeks worth of work. I set a GoPro up on a tripod that had a solenoid, no, not a solenoid, like little thing for a servo that I took the guts out of it so it would just spin all the time. So that's how I got that shot, as I set the GoPro up and it was just spinning and he was walking around with it.
You can tell you've put a lot of work into this. That's awesome you do that for your son though, brother.
Yeah. I mean,
oh, he's tripping out. He's getting
did.
airplay. He's in the chat.
Is he?
What's up, Harrison?
Hey,
nice video, buddy. Give me a sub because I just subbed you.
Uh-oh. Hopefully he won't run it back and hear all the crap I was talking about him.
Thanks for the sub, bro. We appreciate it. So, does Harrison fly FPV at all?
Damn it. Did you have to bring that up? Yes. He's a really good FPV pilot, and I refrain him from flying because he don't know his limits, and he's not paying for this stuff, and it's kind of scary, to be honest with you. Let me tell you a quick story, right? So he was having video problems on his quad, right? And the screen it was completely blacked out. But if you like wiggle or beat it on the ground, the video would come back, right? So he sets it on the ground and it goes black. Well, I go over there and I pick it up and I'm trying to like see if I can figure out what's wrong with it or whatever. And I hear him say, "I'm just gonna go anyway." So he arms it while it's in my hand. The kid was fixing to fly with no FPV feed. That's the kind of stuff I deal with.
Oh man, that was probably a crazy experience.
Yeah, it was fun.
He just
like,
sends it then.
Yeah. Whether it's got or not going. That was just that one time, but usually things like end badly.
Has he done any building?
No, but he does his own repairs. Because I try to like use that to keep him out of the air. You know, he's like that when his camera was messed up. So Risky Biscuit's like, here, gives him a FPV camera. And he comes to me and I'm like, here, use some tools. You put it in, you change it if you want to fly. And he did. He swapped it out.
Hell yeah. Well, at least he's learning.
But yeah, I mean, I'm the reason why he don't fly as much. He would probably be an awesome pilot if I would let him fly more, but it's just, it's a pain because he doesn't know what his limits are. And if I go flying tomorrow, I'll have all my stuff packed and I'll be ready to get in the car. And he's like, "Am I going to fly?" I'm like, "Your stuff is," he has his own radio, his own batteries, his own goggles, his own quad. He has all the stuff he needs, but he has no idea. I guarantee you he doesn't know where his goggles are right now at this moment. He has no idea.
Athix wants to know what he flies, what frame, motors, that kind of stuff.
He has an OG Chameleon frame, the aluminum front end.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. I still got one.
Get out of here. You go to your own live stream. Yeah, he has it's a Kiss V1. Actually, I think he's got Brother Hobby Motors on there, I think. Yep.
Okay. Sounds like it probably rips.
Yeah. Yeah, it rips. He has his own GoPro. He's ready to go.
Session, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, it's actually a Session 4, I believe.
Nothing wrong with that. It does plenty good.
Yeah, you can't tear those up.
Hey, I'm happy you're getting your son into the hobby. My son's 5, and so he's intrigued by them, but he's not quite ready yet. You know, I have let him try the tiny whoop, but in the simulator, but he's still, you know, I gotta kind of get him up in the air, and then he'll do some stuff, and I gotta kind of take it back over and land it. So,
well, that's cool.
Give a shout out to Mad Chiller and Plummet. What's up, guys? Looks like LJFPV's in here. Athix. Harrison, I'll give you another shout just because you're awesome. So Artemis Prime and Mad Chiller are in the chat. They do a show called Between Two Props. I believe it's on Wednesday evenings around 9 or 10 p.m. If anybody's looking for a live stream to check out, those guys are doing theirs. They're very knowledgeable. They've got a lot of good topics, and they're fun as hell too. So check them out.
Guys.
Big Oily Guy just showed up. What's good going on, my man? It's good to see you.
I need to go get a beer. I'll be
Go
right
for
back.
it. Nice. Just by chance, what's going on, my man? Artemis and Mad, y'all let them know in the chat what time your show is. I can't remember. I think it's 10 p.m., but I could be wrong. Yeah, Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern. It's on Mad Chiller's channel, I believe. You guys should definitely check it out. I was on there a little while back. It had a good time. Very knowledgeable dudes. Help you out with tuning, with video editing, with learning new software, all kinds of stuff. Oh man,
I'm
that was
back.
quick.
Well, the fridge is not too far away.
There you go. I've considered getting a mini fridge for my little room in here. I want one of those Red Bull fridges.
Oh yeah, that'd be killer. Dude, I almost had one of those one time. The one shaped like a Red Bull can,
Yeah.
but it actually plugged up and had its own like refrigeration and everything. And the Red Bull guy was working at the convenience store and he was replacing it. I was like, man, that thing still work? He was like, yeah, it still works. I was like, dude, can I have it? And he's like, I don't know. We're not really supposed to like give them away. I was like, what are you supposed to do? He's like, I'm supposed to throw it away. I was like, come on, man, let me have that thing. He's like, okay. So he gets out his box cutter and slices down the side of it and takes the Red Bull sticker off of it.
What the fuck?
And now it's just this white refrigerator thing. And he's like, here you go. I was like, well, I don't even want it anymore, man. Ruined it. So I didn't take it.
Dude, that sucks. The only way I've ever been able to score something like that was the convenience store guy wants to sell me it after he...
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you got that shit for free. You know Red Bull provides it.
Yeah.
I'm not about to freaking pay for something they get for free. That's frustrating. MB, we'll see you later, man. Have a good night. He said he's out.
See you, dude. Thanks for coming.
Mad Chiller's having a sub party in here. It's all good. If everybody wants to sub everybody, go for it.
Hell yeah.
More subs for everybody. Jack Fu just came in the house. What's going on? TAQ wants to know. He wants to know when's the next new song, TAQ.
I thought about doing a country song. What y'all think about that?
Hell yeah. Go for it.
I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
You do music at all?
I tried my hand at rap and it was horrible.
It was not good.
Shall I send you a link?
Oh yeah.
Oh God, here we go. Let's see here. I think I can put it in this Zoom chat.
Yeah, you can do that. Either that or Facebook, either one.
Can't believe I'm doing this. I mean, it's okay, but
Oh, I'm super intrigued to see this.
well, it's just the audio, so don't get like too excited.
It's all good.
How do I paste in here? Maybe. All right. I'm going to send it in Facebook because
Okay.
I can't figure out how to type in the chat. Oh, never mind. I'm stupid. Figured
Figured
it out. Yeah.
There we go. All right, let her rip, Tater Chip.
I'm famous tech, I got quads galore. You may have a lot of quads, but I got much more. Everybody out there trying to be like me, looking cool
Sounds like
with
it's
their
on
goggles flying at
slow mo.
I'm about to tell you something you already know. I never have any trouble with that schizo flow. What I'm about to say is completely real. Sometimes I can rip balls just like Mr. Still. Now I'm not the type of person to be smoking blunts, but I can easily do those tricks just like Matty Stunts. Now there is one pilot I would never dare. Everyone knows him as Johnny Share. I can't forget about my homeboy, Wild Willie. But every time I fly like him, it just turns out silly. Every Friday, I don't need a reminder. I'm going to drink some beers and then watch Bot Grinder.
You know, I've yet to do a flight edit to this song.
After that,
You gotta do that.
I should do that.
Zorro is the funniest pilot I know. Unless you're talking about Wombat, then that shit comes close.
Hell yeah. That's going to be on, what you call it, SoundCloud.
But I got much more. Everybody out there trying to be like me, looking cool with their goggles flying FPV. Cruising down the street in my 6-foot. I just left the Best Buy, got a new GoPro. About to rip some packs with Team Banjo legs. And then after that, we're gonna eat fried eggs. Fried eggs from the Waffle House, the ones I like best.
Hell yeah, Zorro's in there.
My mom's, then there's no contest. There is one thing that I never did. It's wear a guy liner like my friend Lil Drip. Walking around town with a scarf on his neck. Hanging out with his homie, your boy Vortex. Now I may not be able to rap like Dre or Snoop, but I can definitely do a power loop. I've been known to do things that make Stingy nod. I can probably orbit all the way around, oh my god. I got one thing I'd like to ask the Rotor Ride crew. What the fuck happened to Sharpoo? I'm famous tech, I got quads galore. You may have a lot of quads, but I got much more. Everybody out there trying to be like me.
It's embarrassing. I'm a little embarrassed, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna spit my last bars about my homeboy Chad Capper. Why does everybody treat him like a kidnapper? What the fuck did that dude do to you to cause all this drama in the Rotor Ride group? What he does with his business is his business, and that's the truth. I don't understand what the fuck it's got to do with you and your crew. You just need to get out and rip packs. This has been a message from
dude.
Famous Time. Bitch. I'm famous. I'm gonna be famous. Fuck yeah! I'm gonna be famous! Yes! Bitch.
Dude, that's fucking sweet, man. Seriously.
That's been a while, so yeah.
Though I'm glad we played that because it reminded me of something I wanted to ask you about. So a little while back, I think it was at the Knoxville Tiny Whoop race, you released a video that said something about not joining Rotor Riot. And Drew, you basically turned down Drew for joining Rotor Riot. Was that real, or was that just a little play on, play on the whole situation?
That was 100% fake.
Okay.
Playing on the situation. What I thought was great about that is the way Drew handled it, because I walked up to him with my vlog camera and I sat down beside him and I was like, hey, if I say anything that gets out of hand, let me know and I won't put it in the video. And he says, okay. So then I said, hey, I'm going to have to deny your invite to join Rotor Riot. And he had no idea I was going to say that. And then his reaction to it and what he said was like, it was just perfect.
Yeah, I thought it was real. So
we rolled with it. Yeah. He looked sad, but really it was like, what the hell is happening? Why is he doing this? But it looked like he was sad that I said it. It was hilarious. I thought it was funny.
No, it was great because I mean, no offense to them, but at the time they were dropping people left and right, you know. So it was
Yeah.
like,
And I was like,
yeah, I'm
yeah, it'd
gonna
just
go
be
ahead
easier just to, not join and then, have to like quit, And
and yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm going straight to Team Black Sheep, but I didn't. I left that part out. Like that was on the tip of my tongue. I was like, this is going so good, I'm not gonna make it, any worse. So yeah.
Good times. So if Rotor Ride asked you to join, would you consider it?
Um, I would if I could, but I can't. I can't financially afford to go to Orlando because they seem to be stuck there for some reason. They're not venturing out, much. But I can't afford to go down there and film for like a week out of the month every month, and I
Right.
can't afford to take the time off that it would need to. But I mean, if they would like to have me come down there every once in a while and shoot a video or whatever, I'd be glad to try to make Rotor Right great again.
Hell yeah. I'd like to see them get back to the traveling and shooting all over the
Yeah,
country or world or
yeah.
whatever. I'm hoping the whole Red Cat thing will dump some money into it, and then we'll see some better production come back out of them.
As I was saying the other day in the other stream I was in, that I don't have anything against any of the new Rotor Right people. I just miss the old Rotor Right guys. I wish that it was all of them together. Still, that would be. If it was the people it is now and the people it was then, if they were all
Oh,
together.
dude, it'd be
If
fucking
Rotor Right
epic.
was huge, it'd be so freaking awesome. And then they could like have so much more content, because they wouldn't have to try to get. They could have these two. You know what I'm saying? I think it'd be awesome. But
Dude, no, you're called it out. That would be great. I'm the
I mean,
same
it is
boat.
what it is.
I really miss what it used to be. I mean, I guess a lot of it had to do with the fact that FPV was so new at the time too, you know. So there was that
yeah.
like such a surge of like, holy shit, none of this stuff that we kind of take for granted now had been done at the time, you know.
Yeah, but I still think some of that can be done. There's a lot of new people like every day, that still hasn't seen all the videos that we've seen for the past 3 years, and I still think that some of that can be done. I still watch every Rotor Ride episode that comes out. I still like them. It's just I don't have that same feel like I used to. And I hope that new people to the hobby, do get excited when they see a new Rotor Ride video come out, like I used to. You know what I mean?
Right. Skadoosh says tells you what, he'll work something out with you to come to China for a week and rip.
Uh, mm,
Maybe a little later in the year, right?
he offered me that before, but now with all this stuff I'd like to go over there and rip the empty streets with Skadoosh and dive the buildings in the middle of town while nobody's out. That would be great.
Take a Flight says his hobby will always be his hobby and it won't change. I hear you, bro.
Mm-hmm. Quads galore. That video is on my YouTube channel. I don't the song. It's not like.
So what's the
private or
farthest
anything.
you've ever traveled to fly?
Just to straight up rip.
Yeah,
and
like
come
you had
back.
planned.
I've been to Orlando a couple of times.
Okay.
That would be the farthest. But to like go fly and come back in the same day or something, Knoxville.
Right.
Not like real far. I can't. Yeah, we don't do a bunch of traveling. We always
You got
talk
any
about
plans
it.
on going to any events this year?
I'd love to go to IO.
It's sweet, dude. I like going. I don't even fly that much. I just go to meet all the people and hang out with
Yeah.
everybody.
I think that's, I'm just going to cause for like Rampage, I had so many quads and made sure that I had parts and then I didn't fly. I was if I hadn't have been in the freestyle competition that they had there, I would have flown probably 3 packs the whole time I was there. But since I was in that freestyle thing, I got to fly a whole lot more because I was going over there warming up. We had the place to ourselves. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to be planning on like flying 1 million packs and taking 10 quads and all this stuff to IO.
Right.
Double A's he's gonna hook me up with some tickets. Watch this.
Double A's the man. Hey, you can get tickets if you volunteer, but I
need to find someone that does want to like go in on an RV or something because I don't want to sleep in a tent.
Yeah, I tented it at Rampage, and it wasn't easy.
Dude, that was horrible. I didn't even sleep in a tent. I slept in my car. But I remember you there. You were the first night I got there. I was wandering around and I didn't know anybody, and I walked in a tent and there y'all sat. You and Vam, Voltronics,
Yeah.
and some other Double A. Y'all are all in a tent chilling when I drove up that night.
Hell yeah. I remember that. Skadoosh says what everyone don't know is everyone was hungover and sleeping. TAQ was the only one who came and picked me up, and we went to RIP, so I owe him one.
Yeah. That time I went to Orlando, Skadoosh was down there.
I gotta fly with Skadoosh one of these days, for sure.
He's a blast, man. We teamed up on giving Drew a hard time all day. It was fun.
Hell yeah. Yeah, LJ says it was hard to get Paxton at Rampage. That's the truth. It was pretty tough.
Harrison says I was out of it. We were all out of it at Rampage. Everybody.
Yeah. So that's probably the farthest you've ever flown to, or drove to RIP, actually.
Yeah, well, that would be true.
God, the back roads to get that place were crazy.
But see, I made that like a vacation that week. I did it in like steps. Cause when I left Rampage, I went to the GoPro test track in North Carolina. A guy like subcontracted me to come up there and chase some guys on go-karts, some racing go-karts.
Oh, sweet.
So I left from Rampage and went there to North Carolina and then drove back through Asheville and stuff on the way back home.
I bet that was fun.
I straight to Rampage or straight back because I hit spots. I went to Tybee Island and back and forth and back up to Macon and back to Atlanta and then back down. I spent a whole week just touring around ripping with people.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I went to Atlanta twice. I went to Atlanta the first night and flew with Tidwell and then went to Macon. And then I think I went to Tybee Island. Then I went back to Atlanta, then went to Rampage.
Damn, son, that was a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we have another event similar to Rampage again, but it doesn't look like anybody's organizing anything. I've thought about organizing something, but I don't know really where to host it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I've kind of been wanting to do something for Project Blue Falcon, like in his memory, and do a get together for that every year. Yeah. But I've got to try to find a location that's suitable, you know.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Tough to find a place that'll house a crap ton of people, you know.
I drove by somewhere the other day that had one of those nets up. It was like a driving range. But something was like next to it. And I was like, that would be kind of cool because that net could like protect the spectators. I don't know.
Right? I don't know. I'll do some digging and look more into it. See if I can find something like the place that was at Rampage, but maybe not so off the beaten path.
What happened to that place that they were going to have the expo in Atlanta that was like the military training facility that had all the concrete buildings, and that would be cool. Somebody needs to get on that. We need to get we need a billionaire to join our hobby that can buy up these bandos and have events at them and stuff.
Hell, just a millionaire would handle it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got a pretty good place to fly here. When I had like a birthday party where I invited people to fly, and Onigiri was in town, so she came.
I remember videos from that. That was a cool spot, man.
I've thought about there, but there's no real lodging around, like, so You'd have to stay like 30 minutes away from the place, but I don't know. Maybe people wouldn't care to stay that far out.
Yeah, I think for events like big events, people don't care. They look for Airbnbs that's within, you know, reasonable driving distance or whatever. And
Right. It's definitely a nice spot to fly. That's
it would be
out by
cool if it
Volatronics'
was.
house.
It'd be cool if it was closer to something, though. You know, because I don't know the situation at IO, but isn't it something like that? Like
Yeah.
the
I mean,
closest
it's
hotel's like a long ways away.
not a long way, but it's at like 20 to 30 minutes.
And you know it's already full.
Antoine wants to know when you coming to Louisiana to rip.
Dang, that would be cool. I don't get out of Chattanooga much.
I hear you, bro.
It's like I work all week long. I come home, I'm too tired to even fix my drones. And then when the weekend comes, that's when I go, you know, make my post in my local group. We meet up and we rip. And I try my best to make entertaining content the whole time I'm doing it.
No, you definitely put up the videos, that's for sure.
Usually, if I fly and my GoPro's working, there's going to be some kind of video made.
Paul Garner says Harrison won't retrieve tax quads. A man had to jump in the creek. Sounds like a story.
Well, Harrison was busy flying the Mavic. But yeah, A-Man had to jump in the creek and get my quad out. Actually, that spot from the video we just watched, the horrible mic on the Osmo, that's why I was flying my Osmo, because I crashed into the creek and got my GoPro wet. So then I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I had this Osmo, so I slapped it on the quad and ripped.
The video was pretty good.
Yeah, the image from that is great. The microphone just doesn't sound that good. I actually did an edit that has the whole crashing in the creek footage and everything in it, and I used that same flight in there and put it with the Misfits and turned the volume down, and you can't even really tell. You can't even tell it's not a GoPro, or that it doesn't have.
Right.
I'm about GoPro settings. You know, I leave everything on auto, and I don't change a bunch of crap. I don't use Pro Tune. Just out of the box, I change it to 2.7K, 60 frames a second, and make sure that the orientation's turned off. That way I don't accidentally start it with it in like portrait mode or whatever. And then let her rip. Tater chip.
Jack Fu says he knows a place that would allow us to put on an event. I need someone who wants to plan in one. Let's talk. I will definitely talk to you, Jack Fu. Hit me up at randomfpv@gmail.com and let me know more of the details and where it's at and everything, and we will talk, bro. We'll try to get something together. I used to do big events when I was DJing, so I don't really, it's not much different. I mean, it's a lot different, but it's very similar, I guess, would be the way to put it. I'm not scared to try to put on an event. Are you
going to DJ at this event?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Why not?
You still got the turntables?
I've got a digital controller now. It's actually right here.
Yeah, everybody's digital nowadays.
There's just so much more you can do with it versus just slapping a record on and going to the next record. But I started on vinyl, so yeah, I'm definitely not a virgin to that. I spun vinyl for like 20 years.
Hell yeah, cutting it up deaf, man.
Yeah, that's it.
I dabbled in that. I was horrible at it. I'm a drummer, so.
Hey, drumming's hard, man. You got to put your mind into like 4 different spots to be able to control all your extremities at once. Yeah. Probably why you're such a good FPV pilot.
That is hard work and determination, because I was horrible at one time.
Broccoli, what's up, buddy? He just showed up. Blades in the house. Broccoli wants to know how you're doing, TAQ.
Dude, that's a good idea, man. You can come out there and drop some beats, and then I'll do some freestyle.
All right. So, you can do that.
I'm just kidding.
Dylan Reese just showed in. How's it going, brother? No, you can just do your song we played, man.
I might can do that. Maybe.
Irate dude, FPV, I love your name. He says, thanks for entertaining us. No problem, my man. Glad to do it.
Heck yeah, man. We got some viewers going on. What's up,
Yeah,
Brock
man.
Lee?
Michael says, I do crash videos, bro. I hear you, man. I'm right there with you. If I wasn't good at live streaming, you guys would not want to watch anything I do. I'll put it that way. I've been flying 4 years, and at least, maybe more than that, and I kind of stopped counting a while back, and I still can barely do any tricks or anything. I don't know if I'll ever be a great pilot, but I just love to fly.
Man, that's all that matters, man. That's all
Right?
that matters. There's a group that I'm in. It's like roast my rip or something. It's funny, but I just don't like that kind of stuff. You know, I know they're just kidding. You know, they post an edit in there, and you're supposed to like make fun of it and everything. But I just don't like when people like talk about who's the best pilot, or you know, because it's so subjective
Right?
about that, you know, styles. Because like Mr. Steele, for instance, I'm going to say without a doubt he is the best at crash avoidance. That dude can put himself in situations and get out of it. That is just, I watch his videos and I would have crashed 18 times. But he's like, just gets out of situations. I don't know how he processes it fast enough to get out.
Yeah, it's like he's hyper aware of his surroundings.
Yes, that dude.
I know what you're talking about.
And that makes him a awesome pilot. The stuff he does is amazing, but I'm more impressed with the way he can get out of a bad situation. I'm like, holy crap, how does he even do that?
He's very pinpoint with his flying. Like, he'll say he wants to do something and then he does it. That's what really impressed me. Like that, there was a video of all the guys. He went live and they were ripping in Atlanta, and there was a bunch of freaking hot big names there, and they were playing a game of quad or something, and he kept doing these power loops in this staircase, and I mean, it was just crazy the precision it took. Like, it took some of the other big names several times to be able to loop it, and he's just going around the damn thing, and then he starts doing it backwards or going through it a different direction, and like, it was outrageous, man. He's and his aggression, I like how his flight aggression too.
Yes, he's awesome. I like Mr. Steele. But I like a lot of pilots. I can't even, I'm horrible with
I
names.
like everybody, man. Like everybody, I can watch anybody's video, even a beginner, and I can appreciate it for what it is, because they're flying, they're up in the air flying. So like, more power to you, you know.
I'm the same way, man. There's so many of them though. It's hard to watch them all. I have a lot of people like send me links to their video, and I watch them. That don't mean like bombard me with
Right.
with links, but I mean, I watch them, you know, but I'm like, wow, I didn't even know, you know, this guy, so I would give him a sub. But my YouTube subscription list is a mile long.
It's hard to keep up, but that's a good thing, and I'm happy we see new people coming every day, you know. Vic FPV, what's going on, brother? That's why I try to put people on the show that are maybe not as well heard of as much as I can, but keeping up with it's tough, to be frank. You got to kind of balance it with bigger names too, so I can try to get new people to see the channel that haven't ever seen it. So
Vic's another one of those badasses.
yep, for sure. Killing it. I think he flies like mode 3 too, so
That guy, if I could just like learn some inverted yaw stuff from him, that would be great.
super precise as well.
Yeah. Like I saw the one he did the other day I was like, holy crap. It's not fast either. It's just like a super slow and then go back the other way, y'all spin. I'm like, that's just dope, man. I can't get inverted y'all for shit.
I can do
appreciate that,
inverted
Vic.
yaws a little bit in the sim, but I haven't even tried one in real life. I'm afraid I'll bust my gear.
Well, you can't be scared to break it.
Yeah, sometimes I'll tell myself it's just a quad. You can build another one, you know, but then I get up there and I'm like, I don't know.
That's I don't have any fear of breaking my quad. It's the GoPro that I'm sick and tired
Dude, that's the truth.
of going and replacing that stupid. Even though I'm fortunate enough that Best Buy lets me have another one and it only charges me $43. But still, I'm sick and tired of paying $43 once a week or sometimes more often than that to get another stupid Hero 7. So sometimes when I go to fly, I'm like, I really want to try this gap, but I might break a GoPro, and I just got it yesterday, but I'll do it anyway. And I'll break my GoPro. But I'm lucky I live close to like 2 GoPros, so I alternate. I'll go to the Hickson location and
in
I'll
between
go to
2
the
Best
Hamilton
Buys.
place. Yes, I don't ever go to the same one twice because they kind of know me by name in there.
Yeah, Vic said if you're not breaking, you aren't getting any better. That's true.
Yep.
Artemis Prime says get an 8. I think they're supposed to be a little more durable.
Is that true?
That's
I
from
didn't
what
know
I've
that.
heard. The 8s are more
I thought-
durable than the 7s.
Huh.
Of course, you're gonna have to spend another 400 or whatever the hell it is.
Well, what's kind of been holding me back on that is I use the Ethics Facehugger on my
Right.
GoPro, and that won't work on the 8.
Right.
So I would kind of have to go unprotected until I got my buddy currently undecided to print me a holder for the 8.
If you
And
got an STL file, I can
I
print
owe
you one.
I owe him money, so I kind of am not asking him to 3D print me any stuff right now.
Send me a
because
file.
I
I'll
owe
print
him
something
a
for you.
lot. Well, I appreciate that. Might take you up on that. You got some green, bro?
I've got red and blue. I might have
Red
some
and
green
blue.
in the closet. I'll take a look.
Hell yeah.
I'm still rocking Sessions, man. I love Sessions.
He just says to use no font, just strap on there. I mean, I do that sometimes. That's how I was flying this this Osmo camera. I mean, I just had her strapped on there, naked.
Damn, that's a pretty camera.
But this has the Best Buy warranty on it also. So this is my plan is when I actually do break this camera, I'm going to get an 8 with it because this is the one that I mount on my motorcycle helmet.
Okay.
So my plan is to get an 8 and then try it. What did I drop? Oh. So yeah.
Big Oily says his videos are all Sessions. Nothing wrong with that, my man.
Yeah, been there. Got a couple of sessions.
Yeah, you got a few.
Them's all dead but one. This little one right here. But it has a scratch on that lens on the inside.
Oh.
Yeah, so. But it still works.
507's in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Artemis says, I kill them all for sure. Best Buy, break them within 15 days and they replace it for free. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
You sure it's 15? I thought it was 30. Maybe it is 15. Because I have went in there and they were like, you was just in here yesterday. But that's why I like to switch Best Buys, because one that I go to, they're kind of like buttholes and they're catching on to me. But the one in Hickson that's further away, those people are super nice, but it's a longer trip to get there.
Right.
But they don't even ask no questions ever. Every time I go to the other location, they're like, what happened? What'd you do? I'm like, I had a wreck on my mountain bike. Well, the last one, it got wet. She was like, how did it get wet? I was like, it fell in water.
Oh my God.
You know?
Listen to
I
this.
don't-
You're never going to believe it. It fell
Yeah.
in the toilet.
Yeah, yeah. And now you're holding it. So
Artemis says he
never-
always says they were on the side of his car.
Well, I mean,
Broccoli
They
says
are.
I tell Best Buy I dropped them from a 50-foot building. You win the award, buddy. That's fucking hilarious.
I don't never tell them what I did with it, because that is none of their business.
Right? That's like an invasion of privacy. Give me my fucking camera. I paid for the warranty.
Yeah. Because their warranty is like, oh, you can go out in the parking lot and break it into pieces and bring it right back in here and get another one. Well, that's what I did.
Damn Skippy. I took a hammer to it in the parking lot. Give me my
So,
freaking
there,
camera.
Double A, there's the number one response right there. What was you doing? I was making a badass video, bitch. Give me my new GoPro.
Hell yeah.
Oh, can we cuss on here?
Yeah, we've already dropped a few F-bombs, so it's all
Okay,
good.
sweet.
Anybody got any more questions, drop them in the chat. We're probably close to calling it a night, if not.
Boo. It's always over when I'm getting warmed up.
So, how long you been drumming?
Oh, gosh, since I was in the 6th grade.
Okay, so at least a good 5-10 years.
Went through the whole marching band thing and tried metal bands, cover bands. Was in a rock and country cover band. I've been doing musical. The last thing that I've been working on is musical theater. I have evolved into, as an old man, I play in the drums for musical theater.
Okay, you gotta tell me more about this.
You know, like plays, musical
Yeah.
productions. Yeah. Yep.
Interesting. So, I mean,
So I went from like long haired double bass, pounding on cymbals to playing Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
right? But that's got to be interesting because you get to play different types of shit than you normally would play.
It's interesting.
Do you do like fill
some of
in,
'em-
like budding ding ching and like all that kind of shit, or is it just mainly songs?
Dude, it's like they hand me music in a book, like a phone book thick, and it has to be played like this at a certain tempo at a certain time.
So that's challenging.
Don't be ad-libbing. But there's some of them where the music says, you know, just beat the crap out of them for a couple measures. So I'm like, hell yeah.
Right?
I'll do that. But yeah, it's hard. What's challenging about that is there'll be like 5 minutes, and if people doesn't understand music, there'll be like 187 measures of music, which is like 5 minutes in layman's terms, where I have to count this whole time. That way I can come in on the right beat at the right moment. So that makes me nervous because I'm a little dyslexic and I miscount sometimes. And so, yeah.
Got to come in on the right phrasing.
Yeah, you just got to come in on the one like. But usually that's what the director's for. You know, he helps me. I usually tell the guys like, look, I get lost sometimes. And he's like, okay, you know, and he looks over at me and he's like, I'm like, all right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hit it.
Yeah. But I haven't been doing that very much. Hadn't done any drumming. They're in there collecting dust. I've been thinking about getting them back out and beating on them a little bit, but we'll see.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Double A says the tent will be up and lit at I.O. I hope Random TAQ and many more others will stop by for a visit. We definitely will if we're there, Double A, for sure.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, I was going to tell you earlier, you mentioned getting tickets. You can volunteer, but, man, it is a lot of work. You get in for free, but, like, you have to show up early the first, like, day extra on the front end and stay a day late on the back end, and you work for those days. I got in on a press pass. Say that again?
I did that at Rampage.
Okay, I
And
thought you did.
My goodness.
It was work.
Yep.
It was hard
There were
work.
Double A and Artemis.
I thought you were there too.
Yeah, man, we was cutting and sawing and carrying crap and building crap.
It was so cool though that we built all those structures, and then we get to see them get flown. That shit was awesome.
Mm-hmm. It was fun. They built that ladder thing like way too small though.
Yeah.
It was tiny.
Double A wants to know what happened to the U-pair monitor.
The up air monitor.
Yeah, up air.
I took that monitor out. I mean, I still got that box, but I changed the monitor because it was horrible. But the last live stream I did, I was having a bad video problem. So I've got like this whole, I'm trying to build this streaming computer or a gaming streaming computer. And once I get that finished, I'm going to try to like come up with a way better rig that I can roll out to my front porch and kind of do like some professional with OBS live streaming, that kind of stuff. So I can do more like, I'm trying to get a whole lot more live streaming stuff going on. Like one day, I'm not going to set a schedule because I don't want to set a schedule like Thursday, I've got to do this. And,
Right.
you know, that kind of crap. I'm just going to like, just go live and whoever joins, I might try to do a schedule, but I don't know. But I want to like go out on the front porch and rip one day a week. And then I want to do some live streaming with the simulator and get people in there. Try to do like games of quad and that kind of crap.
It'd be cool to have two people live streaming that could communicate to each other during the stream and do a live game of quad for like across the country.
Yeah, I want to have it where people can join in, you know, like the Zoom thing or whatever. I'm going to figure all that out. I just got to get this stupid computer finished first.
Well, if I can help you in any way with any of the streaming side of things, man, I'll be glad to help you out.
Yes, I'm going to need. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on it, and I'm definitely going to need help with that kind of stuff.
It's pretty easy. Once you get it set up, it's all good. You know, you just got to get it set up.
Yeah. So that's kind of my big plans for this summer is to get some live streaming going on 2 or 3 nights a week. One definitely sitting here in front of the computer, and one flying on my porch, and then hopefully one out somewhere else, you know, doing a mobile live stream type thing.
Hell
3
yeah.
nights a week, and then, you know, vlogging on the weekend with a couple of 2 vlogs, 1 flight edit, and maybe 3 live streams a week, hopefully.
Hell yeah, dude.
We'll see.
Artemis says he's glad to help too, man. Artemis and Mad Chiller both are real up on their streaming, so definitely get us all together. We can figure something out.
Heck yeah.
The only benefit to setting a schedule is that your viewers can know, like, you know, okay, every Saturday at 9, I'm going to get to see that person. Yeah. But that's kind of hard to do with live streaming flights because you don't know what your weather's going to look like.
Yeah,
man.
I was going to say, like, I could probably definitely do, like, the simulator live stream, have a set night that I do that. But it's like everybody has their own live stream, you know, their time. Like, you know, Bot Grinder's got his, and Stingy's got his, and you've got yours, and Jake and Cat's got, you know, it's like well, I don't know when I would fit in with with the schedules that people have. And, you know, I don't want to step on anybody else's toes, so I don't know what night I would do that. But the front porch stuff would just be like when I got home, if I've got the energy to roll this crap out and set it up on the porch and do a live stream, then it's going to happen.
Hell yeah.
You know, other than that, it's not. Hey, Kit Kat.
Oh, you got your cat?
Yeah, he's a vocal little son bitch.
I got a cat. I love my cats. All right, man. Well, I want to thank you for coming on, dude. It's been fun.
Yeah, dude. Appreciate it.
Had a good time. Appreciate everybody showing up in the chat. Let's give some more shouts out real quick. Got Reggie Stone, 507, AA, Artemis Prime, Noid, Mad Chiller in the house, Jack Fu, Broccoli, Blades. Let's see. Will Brown, Big Oily Guy, Vic, Michael. Who else we got? Snoopy. Take a Flight. Later Dude. Or no, Irate Dude. I love that name. Paul Gamer. Antoine. Rick, can't forget Rick, one of the VIPs from Rampage for sure. LJ, FPV, Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
Bunch of people
Skadoosh.
tonight. You brought a crowd with you. Zorro, Skadoosh. So yeah, man. Appreciate all you guys showing up. Definitely had a good time. Make sure you click the like button and subscribe if you're not already. And I will see you guys next Saturday night at 9 p.m., God willing. Thanks
Do you know
everybody
who
for
you're
tuning
having?
in. Say that again?
Do you know who you're having next week?
No, I've got 2 people I'm talking to. Hopefully, if one of them won't be able to go, the other one will. Where I was off for vacation, I kind of slacked on booking somebody, so I'll
Awesome.
definitely be on, but I'm not sure who I'm gonna have yet.
All right, then. See you guys.
All right, everybody have a good night. Go rip some packs this week, and hope everybody enjoys the weather. Try not to get the coronavirus. We love you guys. Out.
Bye.